What's the other one? Well, I saw another report. What was it? George Bush story.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you enlighten us on that?
Okay. Also, the 9/11 documents got declassified, and they said that they found a memo from like 2004 that reveals that Bush may have known from about the 9/11 attacks before they happened.
There was a lot of like Easter eggs. I think there's
What do you mean by that? Easter eggs?
like kind of like what Last said. Like he knew like that this was gonna happen. They planned it. It's like. One of them is kind of extreme, but like for example, the dollar bill when you fold it, it looks like twin towers or the smoke and shit.
That's a reach.
But that's a reach.
That's hella reaching.
I know,
How
but
does
there's. But what I'm trying to say
as
is,
a regular person that's not in like that doesn't smoke weed, how do you even believe this? Like, oh, I have to fold my dollar bill and like
You'll see the twin towers burning.
I don't know, but there's a lot of
conspiracies about
yes, this was pre-planned, and they're like they're rubbing it in our faces, different types of ways, not just.
So
dollar bill.
They made our money and made it look like that, or what?
No, but anyways, yeah, I believe that it was planned.
All right, let's give reasons why it's planned, why it couldn't be planned.
I don't think that this insinuates that it was planned. It just insinuates that he knew that Al Qaeda was going to attack and he just ignored it. So he knew that it was coming.
Yeah, but as a president, why do you ignore it?
Because you don't. Maybe at the time you didn't think that they were actually.
You know how. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
You know how there was like that one occasion where America got like caught of like trying to start their own war in Cuba. Like they were gonna arm Cuban hostiles and like.
I feel like that's how we start most of our
and kill and they were gonna kill Americans.
It's our fault.
And then emotionally draw us into war. Like we really got caught. The American government did that.
Yeah.
So you don't think maybe perhaps we would need an excuse to go get weapons of mass destruction and we needed a big reason.
No, for sure.
Because there's billions and billions of dollars to be made in weapon contracts and like war itself makes billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Imagine like the Tony Stark thing. I know it's fiction, but in fucking Marvel, Tony Stark was like this big weapons manufacturer and that's how he made most of his money by selling these weapons to like these armies and shit like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of money to be made for people like that. So
but it's also really easy for us to
that's elite shit.
Yeah, it's also really easy for us to like understand it because it's all laid out for us already.
Yeah, someone already said that.
And it's like if it was really that obvious, why didn't anyone else catch it? How come it just happened right underneath like our faces?
Well, what's another thing? It's another weird thing that they said that what was it? $3 billion went missing from the Pentagon like a day or two before.
See, at that point, now something's wrong. Everyone shut down every big
You guys heard
building.
about that, right?
No, I never heard about that.
Ooh, I'm telling you guys, bro. I came with the facts. So yeah, I think that's another weird one. What they say, United 93 the passengers didn't crash it. They shot it down because it was headed towards the Pentagon. That's pretty fucking. You
think they were brave enough to like be like, "Fuck it, I'm America. I'm not gonna let it crash into this."
I believe that the American people were brave like that. I do believe that,
sure.
But I also think they shot it down.
Oh, like
like we shot it down.
I thought you meant like we as an inside, like
no,
military.
No. The military plane shot it down because it was headed towards the Pentagon. That's another one that they talk about.
That's a little sketch because you should never fucking put American people in danger, regardless of how much danger they're in.
But if they're hijacked, right? Let's be real right here. If they're hijacked, right, and they're inside this plane, and whoever has locked themselves in the pilot's cabin, and let's say these people can't get in, what are you supposed to do? Just let them crash into the Pentagon and kill more innocent people, or are these people already going to die from the crash?
Okay, so for me,
don't you think that's like an executive decision? As you
asking me how I would rather die, I'd rather die as these people like impact crashing as opposed to like getting shot down and burn, like eventually get caught down there and burn and like I don't know. I feel like I'd feel betrayed. Like you shot me down just to save yourself. Like I don't know. That's just me though.
Right.
But it's a tricky situation.
Yeah, it is very tricky, bro. Like, Monty, what do you think? You shoot down the plane.
Would you rather get shot out of the sky or just crash
into the Pentagon and kill more innocent people?
Just die fighting, trying to fucking like. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah, because there's people at the Pentagon, yo.
But everyone in that plane's so innocent.
I know.
But then you're gonna kill the people in the plane and the Pentagon versus just you
But
lose
see, at the
less lives.
Pentagon-
But it's that sounds fucked up. But you lose less lives.
So that's another conspiracy.
But it's like
know
at
what I'm
this
saying?
point, you're saving the Pentagon because it's important to the government, not to you.
Another thing about the 9/11 thing is that they've pretty much came out that it's like physically impossible for that shit to melt.
yeah, or to fall down like perfectly like down.
That's like a demolition
Yeah.
type of
And
come
then-
down.
There was also a third building, a smaller building
Yeah.
that also went down, but no one talks about it, and it
Right.
had nothing to do with like the plane.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
It's
You
like a
see?
documentary.
There's a
called
lot of things.
Zeitgeist. Yeah, yeah.
And like Laz said, all this shit has been laid out before us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shit that points to it being like sketchy. George Bush, I think, for us to think that, oh, the president told us this, so we must believe him. You know, like
Well,
you swear we don't know half the shit that goes on behind closed
People
doors.
forget that George Bush was Joe Biden before Joe Biden was Joe Biden. Like, he was like the president that everyone made fun of.
Yeah.
Wasn't well spoken.
Yeah.
Like,
They didn't like him. He
Yeah,
was a Republican.
he was Republican, but I feel like he was just kind of like older, and everyone thought he was kind of dumb.
They threw, and he took the hit for that for the Iraq War, bro.
And I feel like that's why he won.
Because in hindsight, bro, like we didn't find weapons of mass destruction. People died.
it made him look like the hero.
Not really.
Not really.
In the long
Yeah,
run,
we're gonna fight back or whatever.
no. Initially, it did, but they used them.
That,
they used
yeah,
them.
yeah. It made him look like
The
that.
weirder thing,
And it was the perfect person to use because your dad was already the president.
Right,
so
right.
you could just be the
you were already
president.
established.
Yeah.
Oh, that's George W. Bush Jr. You know.
Yeah.
The other weird thing, which I mentioned before on this pod, is that Jeffrey Epstein had that painting of George Bush with red shoes on, painted
yeah.
with paper planes in the buildings. That one is a creepy one, bro. Woo! That's the one. Well, people don't like to talk about that because, like you said, it's conspiracy theorist vibes. And my friends told me before, he doesn't like to go down the rabbit holes too much. It's dark down there, you know, like. It's not for everyone.
to me,
and
like-
it's fucked up to believe, right, that people do shit like this in order just to like move forward with their own goals and shit.
Yeah.
So my thing with that is like the conspiracy part of that is like believing that we planned this. I don't think we planned. I think it happened. Like, I think we were just dumb enough to let it happen too, because these people have similar attacks in different countries, you know? So they're obviously professionals at getting away with this shit.
Okay, so
But I don't believe that it's.
So you don't think our government had anything to do with that?
I think the buildings falling down like makes me question it a lot.
Yeah,
Like the way they fell down.
yeah, that's a big part.
That
Yeah.
that's
There's
the only
been
thing that-
multi-
There's been multiple
Yeah.
engineers.
But I feel like these people do these type of attacks in other countries too, and the buildings fall
so
the
these
same
guys
way.
put all these bombs in there without people even knowing.
I think they're professionals at this, bro. We're at war with professionals. Like, we assume that people on the other side don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I
but-
don't know, seems like a reach.
It is. It does, but it also sounds like, honestly, like you gotta think. It sounds like so easy because it's already all laid out
What was
for
it-
us. Back then, we didn't have the technologies
Okay.
that we do.
What's another weird
I
thing?
know what you mean. We're dealing with a smarter opponent than
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that you question me and you made me question myself. I like that you bring that out of me. The other thing that I want to draw that kind of to is the Boston bombing. You guys remember that marathon bombing that they had on video? They caught like 4 guys that
Oh, yeah,
they
the
were
dude
like
that-
militant,
yeah.
right? You guys
Yeah,
saw
I
that?
remember that.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird, but
4 white guys just fucking planting bombs, looking like military.
Yeah.
That looks like a psyop to me.
Yeah.
Not psyop, but you know, like
there's also people who's like, I know how we could get away with it. We'll just dress up as military people.
Yeah,
And-
no one will question
No, no.
us.
Haven't you seen the fucking TikToks where these motherfuckers are getting into the Super Bowl by just walking in
ladder.
with a fucking
okay,
ladder?
That's
Yeah.
That's a fair one. That's a fair one. But the way they're moving with militant,
Yeah.
military trained, sketchy for sure. Another weird
I
one.
think it would be more sketchy if they looked like they look part of the military and they were just all scandalous.
last
like,
weird one that I'll bring up to attention: the Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah, that one was another one.
They didn't talk about that at all. Some
Not
fucking
really.
street just blew up, a whole street.
Yeah.
And they covered it for like one day, and that's it, gone, boom. Nothing here, nothing to see here. Keep on moving. A whole fucking street got bombed, and no one said shit about it. I
You
don't know
why I think they do that? Because we pride ourselves on like never being attacked on American soil. So if we allow people to think that we've already been attacked, then people are just gonna keep coming back and fucking just letting it fall on us, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason why they don't talk about it. Other than like, there's obviously
We're supposed to be untouchable.
Because this always, you could talk to me 2 months from now and I'll tell you that this shit was planned. It depends on what type of weed you got me on, bro. But like,
fair.
I'm always like jumping sides, but right now I'm on the side that I think that it was real.
All right, fair. But I'm just here to question everything.
Because like, as America, we pride on ourselves on never really being attacked besides like Pearl Harbor, but we don't really talk about that, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's not really something we talk about it. And when we do talk about it, we kind of glorify the soldiers that fought that war or whatever.
No, we glorify nuking Japan.
Yeah, that too.
We glorify it.
Yeah, but it kind of
That's like we really.
it's just funny that they just so happen to have like oil there, or
where
I feel like they're like us going into war in the first place. We benefited off of it.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That also like
people ate.
plays a role. Yeah, people ate.
The elite ate. The weapon contracts.
They say that during war, that's like when countries like make the most money, like during war. You know what I'm saying?
More work. Well, a bunch of people are going overseas, so more job openings are opening.
And that's just for the American people. The people who are benefiting the most are the people at top.
Yeah, the people whose jobs it is like to like, well, yeah, like I said, the top people, the elites.
Yeah, bro.
The ones like playing the chess game.
The ones that are bored of just fucking staying at home, rich as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's do something else. Let's start a war somewhere.
It's a game to them.
Let's go knock down a little government somewhere.
Yeah.
It's Monopoly, bro.